For centuries, the Vatican has been shrouded in mystery, its towering walls and ancient halls hiding more than just religious artifacts. Whispers of dark secrets, forbidden knowledge, and macabre rituals have swirled around this seat of power. What really lies beneath the surface of the Holy See? What truths, if unveiled, would shake the world to its core? Some say the Vatican holds ancient texts that reveal truths too dangerous for the public to know, documents that could challenge the foundations of faith itself. Others whisper of underground chambers, housing artifacts not of this world, or worse, the remnants of rituals and practices far removed from the sanctity the Church proclaims. And then there are the rumors and unsettling accounts of exorcisms, cryptic experiments, and even connections to shadowy organizations pulling the strings of global power. But how much of this is speculation, and how much could be real? Today, we're peeling back the layers of secrecy surrounding the Vatican, delving into the macabre theories that have captured the imaginations and fears of millions. What you're about to hear might sound like something out of a nightmare, but sometimes, reality is far darker than fiction. Are you ready to step into the shadows of the Vatican? The Vatican's underground tunnels? Truth or terror? Beneath the surface of the Vatican, far below the grandeur of St. Peter's Basilica, lies a vast network of underground tunnels and chambers. Officially, these catacombs are said to house ancient Christian burials and relics from the early church. But according to some, they are far more sinister. Whispers of secret rituals, forbidden ceremonies, and even connections to ancient pagan practices persist. Could these tunnels, hidden from public view, hold evidence of a darker past the Vatican would rather keep buried? One of the most macabre theories suggests that within these subterranean passages lie chambers used for exorcisms, not the kind you see in movies, but something far darker. Some believe that the Vatican has long been the site of not just battling demonic possession, but also experimenting with it. According to these theories, records of failed exorcisms, entities summoned but not banished, and even objects linked to supernatural forces are locked away deep underground, accessible only to a select few. Adding fuel to the fire are accounts from alleged former insiders who claim to have seen ritualistic artifacts stored in these hidden chambers, objects that are neither Christian nor mundane, from grotesque statues to symbols associated with ancient occult practices. These rumors suggest a blending of faith and fear that the Vatican has never admitted to publicly. The secrets of the Vatican Library are perhaps the most famous symbol of secrecy in the Vatican is its legendary Secret Archives. While officially renamed the Vatican Apostolic Archives in 2019, the aura of mystery surrounding this collection remains intact. These archives are known to house centuries of church documents, but what truly captures the imagination are the rumors of what's locked away from even the most trusted scholars. Some theories claim the archives hold texts that could shatter the foundation of Christian doctrine, early manuscripts of the Bible, with versions of events that differ from the accepted canon, evidence of cover-ups throughout history, and writings that expose the Church's involvement in worldly conspiracies. Others believe the archives contain heretical works, records of forbidden Gnostic texts, and ancient grimoires that delve into the darkest aspects of human spirituality. But the most chilling theories suggest something even more extraordinary: that the archives contain documentation of extraterrestrial contact. Leaked accounts from supposed Vatican insiders allege that correspondence between popes and otherworldly beings has been carefully catalogued. While these claims sound far-fetched, the Vatican's interest in astronomy, as evidenced by its own observatory, has only added to the speculation. The Pope's exorcist, fact or fiction? One figure often shrouded in mystique is the Vatican's official exorcist, a role that has existed for centuries. While exorcism is an acknowledged practice of the Catholic Church, theories about the extent of its use in the Vatican take a much darker turn. Stories of failed exorcisms leading to deadly outcomes, and even possession cases within the clergy itself, have fueled the idea that the Church battles something far more sinister than it admits. Perhaps the most chilling aspect of these theories is the claim that some possessions are not accidental, but the result of deliberate rituals gone wrong. According to these rumors, certain factions within the Church have long been drawn to the power of the occult, seeking to harness demonic forces rather than banish them. The idea that such practices could exist in the very heart of the Church is both terrifying and deeply unsettling. Connections to shadowy organizations. One of the most persistent macabre theories about the Vatican is its alleged connection to secret societies. The Freemasons, the Illuminati, and even more obscure groups are often linked to the Vatican in popular conspiracy lore. The idea that a powerful institution like the Church could be intertwined with clandestine organizations plotting global dominance adds an extra layer of intrigue and fear. Theorists point to symbols in Vatican architecture, cryptic writings, in church documents, and even statements from past popes as evidence of these connections. One chilling claim is that some popes were themselves members of secret societies, leveraging their positions to further hidden agendas. While these theories remain unproven, they continue to captivate those who believe in the shadowy undercurrents of global power. The third secret of Fatima, another enigmatic piece of Vatican lore, is the so-called Third Secret of Fatima. In 1917, 3 children in Fatima, Portugal, reported visions of the Virgin Mary, who allegedly revealed 3 prophecies. While the first 2 secrets were made public, the third remained hidden for decades. When the Vatican finally released it in 2000, many felt the explanation of vision of a pope's assassination attempt was incomplete or even fabricated. Theories surrounding the third secret suggest it contains apocalyptic warnings, perhaps detailing the end of the world or the downfall of the Church itself. Some claim the secret involves a direct revelation of dark forces infiltrating the Church. The Vatican's reluctance to fully disclose the prophecy has only added to the air of mystery and fueled speculation about what it might truly contain. What the Vatican doesn't want you to know. Theories about the Vatican's secrets often share a common theme: the suppression of knowledge. Whether it's texts that could reshape Christian theology, artifacts that challenge our understanding of history, or evidence of supernatural and extraterrestrial phenomena, the Vatican's secrecy continues to spark debate. But why would an institution built on faith and truth feel the need to conceal so much? Critics argue that the Church's history of wielding immense political and spiritual power has led to a culture of control and censorship. By keeping its secrets locked away, the Vatican ensures it remains the ultimate authority over its narrative and influence. Yet, the darker theories suggest something more: that the Church is not merely protecting its followers from dangerous truths, but also protecting itself from being exposed as a far more complex and, perhaps, far more sinister institution than it appears. The Black Pope in the shadow of the Jesuits. One of the most controversial aspects of Vatican lore involves the Jesuits, a religious order often described as the Church's intellectual elite. At the heart of these theories is the figure of the so-called Black Pope, a term used to refer to the superior general of the Jesuits. While the title might seem ominous, it stems from the black robes traditionally worn by the order. However, conspiracy theories have imbued the term with far darker implications. According to some theorists, the Black Pope holds immense, unseen power within the Vatican, even rivaling the authority of the reigning pontiff. They suggest that the Jesuits operate as a secretive and highly influential network, orchestrating global events from the shadows. Alleged ties to political upheavals, economic manipulation, and even assassinations are often attributed to this order. While these claims lack substantiation, the mysterious nature of the Jesuits' inner workings continues to fuel speculation. Could the Jesuits be the key to unlocking the Vatican's darkest secrets? Or are they merely scapegoats in a world eager to attribute grand conspiracies to unseen forces? Regardless, the shadow of the Black Pope remains a potent symbol in theories about the Vatican's hidden power. The Vatican Observatory and the search for the Vatican's deep involvement in astronomy through its observatories. Yes, plural is another source of intrigue. The Vatican Observatory, one of the oldest astronomical institutions in the world, raises eyebrows among those who wonder why the Church is so invested in studying the heavens. Theories abound, suggesting that the Vatican's interest in space goes beyond scientific curiosity. Some believe the Vatican Observatory is involved in monitoring extraterrestrial activity, potentially even working to conceal evidence of alien life. The advanced telescopes operated by the Church, including the controversially named Lucifer system, an acronym for a technology used in an observatory, have only added fuel to the fire. Could the Vatican know something about the cosmos that the rest of the world doesn't? Are they preparing for a revelation about humanity's place in the universe, or perhaps guarding against one? These questions might sound far-fetched, but the combination of advanced technology and the Church's historical emphasis on controlling knowledge makes this a fertile ground for macabre speculation, relics of power or artifacts of darkness. The Vatican is also home to some of the most important relics in Christianity, from fragments of the true cross to the bones of saints. But theorists suggest that not all relics kept within the Vatican's walls are divine. Whispers of cursed artifacts, objects tied to dark rituals, and items with unexplained properties persist in the shadowy corners of speculation. Could there be ancient artifacts from pagan religions, remnants of Babylonian or Egyptian practices, stored within the Vatican? Some suggest these objects were confiscated during the Church's rise to power, hidden away to suppress their influence or perhaps to study their secrets. Among these alleged items are grimoires said to contain forbidden spells, idols associated with demonic worship, and tools of torture linked to heretical practices. While these claims often veer into the realm of the fantastical, they underscore the allure of the unknown. The idea that the Vatican holds not only spiritual relics, but also items of supernatural or occult significance is a recurring theme in macabre theories. The bloodline of Christ and the Vatican's role, perhaps one of the most controversial theories, involves the idea that the Vatican has concealed evidence of a bloodline descended from Jesus Christ. Popularized by books and films like the Da Vinci Code, this theory suggests that Jesus may have had descendants, a truth that the Church would see as a threat to its authority. Proponents of this theory argue that the Vatican has gone to great lengths to suppress documents, artifacts, and genealogical evidence that could support this claim. They point to the secretive nature of the Vatican archives and its refusal to allow unrestricted access to its contents as proof of a cover-up. If true, such a revelation would challenge the Church's teachings about Jesus' divinity and humanity, potentially shaking Christianity to its core. Why the obsession with secrecy? At the heart of all these theories lies a simple yet profound question. Why does the Vatican maintain such strict secrecy? While the Church argues that it is to protect sensitive documents, preserve sacred artifacts, and maintain doctrinal integrity, critics see it as a means of control. The Vatican's history of consolidating power, from the Inquisition to its influence over monarchs and empires, lends credibility to the idea that it might still guard secrets too dangerous for public scrutiny. Whether those secrets are mundane, theological, or supernatural, the Church's long-standing culture of confidentiality continues to feed the imagination of theorists and skeptics alike. The Vatican and the Apocalypse. Prophecies of doom. Another recurring theme in macabre theories about the Vatican is its alleged knowledge of apocalyptic events. Many believe that the Vatican holds secret prophecies detailing the end of the world, cataclysmic events, or even the second coming of Christ. These theories often center around documents and artifacts supposedly hidden in the Vatican archives. One of the most infamous examples is the Prophecies of Malachi, a 12th century document attributed to Saint Malachi, which supposedly predicts the lineage of popes leading up to the final pontiff, referred to ominously as Peter the Roman. According to this prophecy, Peter the Roman will preside over the church during a time of great tribulation, culminating in the destruction of Rome and the end of the world. Skeptics dismiss the prophecy as a medieval forgery, but its uncanny accuracy in naming certain popes has kept it alive in the public imagination. Coupled with this is the long-standing belief that the Vatican may possess secret writings from apocalyptic figures like Nostradamus, or suppressed revelations from Marian apparitions, the Varan visions of the Virgin Mary reported across the centuries. Some theorists suggest that these suppressed messages contain dire warnings for humanity that the Church has chosen to withhold. Fearing the panic they might incite, the Vatican Bank and dark finance spanned the spiritual and supernatural. There's a more earthly mystery surrounding the Vatican, its wealth and financial dealings. The Vatican Bank, formerly known as the Institute for the Works of Religion, has been at the center of numerous scandals, involving everything from money laundering to mysterious deaths. One of the darkest theories ties the Vatican Bank to global corruption, including alleged links to organized crime. In the 1980s, the suspicious death of Roberto Calvi, a financier connected to the Vatican Bank, rocked the Catholic Church. Known as God's banker, Calvi was found hanging under Blackfriars Bridge in London, his pockets stuffed with cash and rocks. While officially ruled a murder, the exact circumstances remain shrouded in mystery, fueling theories about clandestine operations within the Vatican's financial system. Could these scandals be isolated events, or are they indicative of a deeper, systemic corruption tied to the Church's immense global influence? For theorists, the latter seems more likely, suggesting a web of power and money that extends far beyond the confines of the Vatican. Dark rituals and the Lucifer connection. Perhaps the most sinister of all theories is the claim that certain factions within the Vatican have long been involved in rituals not aligned with Christian doctrine. Stories of secret ceremonies, black masses, and even connections to Luciferian worship have surfaced repeatedly in conspiracy lore. One of the most chilling claims involves the so-called Lucifer telescope, a nickname for a powerful instrument operated in partnership with the Vatican Observatory. While the name itself is unrelated to the Church and derives from an acronym, theorists have latched onto it, suggesting that it symbolizes a hidden allegiance to darker forces. These rumors are further fueled by alleged quotes from high-ranking clergy hinting at struggles within the Church between good and evil. The idea of an internal schism where some within the Church are believed to have embraced occult practices adds a new layer of macabre fascination. Are there truly forces within the Vatican working against its own teachings? Or are these tales merely projections of humanity's darkest fears? The hidden tombs of the Vatican necropolis. Deep beneath St. Peter's Basilica lies the Vatican necropolis, an ancient burial ground that predates the Church itself. Officially, it is said to contain the remains of early Christians, including what many believe to be the tomb of St. Peter. But theorists argue that the Vatican necropolis holds far more sinister secrets. Stories persist of unmarked tombs and cryptic carvings that point to a history the Church would rather not reveal. Some suggest that these tombs contain the remains of figures tied to heretical practices or pagan origins, challenging the Church's narrative of its early purity. Others go further, claiming the necropolis is a site of occult significance, used for rituals that date back to pre-Christian Rome. Adding to the intrigue are reports of restricted access. While some parts of the necropolis are open to carefully monitored tours, much of it remains off limits. What could lie in these forbidden chambers? Theories range from evidence of ancient pagan rites to burial sites of individuals whose existence would append historical records. Why the Vatican continues to fascinate. Allure of the Vatican's secrets lies in its dual identity as both a spiritual beacon and a powerful institution. On one hand, it represents faith, tradition, and continuity. On the other, it wields immense political and financial influence, with a history marked by intrigue and scandal. This tension between its sacred mission and worldly power creates fertile ground for theories both plausible and fantastical. But why do these macabre theories persist? Perhaps it is because the Vatican itself fuels the imagination by maintaining such strict secrecy. Its archives remain closed to most. Its wealth remains largely unaccounted for, and its history is filled with unexplained events. In a world that craves transparency, the Vatican's opacity invites speculation. The Vatican's mundane or extraordinary continue to captivate, because they tap into something universal: the human desire to know what lies hidden. Are these theories exaggerated tales spun from fragments of truth, or do they hint at a reality far stranger than we dare imagine? For now, the Vatican remains a fortress of mystery, its secrets guarded by centuries of tradition and an unwavering commitment to discretion. But as history has shown, secrets have a way of coming to light. The question isn't just what the Vatican is hiding, but when, or if, the world will ever uncover the truth.